Let us dive right in because there's a lot. I'm going to tell you which one of these two are more powerful. Not who would win in a fight. Powerful, as in who can punch this better or have a bigger aura when they power up. I will mention some facts that could help determine who would win in a fight, but that's not my main goal. Alright, all the facts are going to be broken down into 3 categories, and they are as follows. 1. Main continuity, aka canon, so the show, manga, and canon movies. 2. Information gained by Akira Toriyama and other officials that handle the property. And 3. Everything else that is non-canon, but still an official work, meaning no fanfictions or doujins. The reason for this separation is so that we can look at all 3 together and make a decision, then look at 2 of them and make a decision, because I know some people will argue saying, "Hey, why didn't you look at this fact from the movie?" Or,
"Hey man, only the story matters. What an official says afterwards is stupid."
This way, I can show you who is more powerful, regardless of what you prioritize for being a valid source. So now, some quick basic information about both fusions. Gogeta is a byproduct of Goku and Vegeta using the fusion dance, which is a technique made by an alien race named the Metamorans. There are 2 main requirements for the fusion to work. Both parties must be similar height and be at the same power. The duration is about 30 minutes. If the dance is messed up, then the 2 will fuse into a weaker, either skinny or fat form. Other pros and cons we'll get into. Vegito is a byproduct of Goku and Vegeta using the Potara fusion, which is performed by using 2 earrings that the Kais wear. Only requirement is both parties must put on the earrings on opposite ears. The duration is forever if a Kai is at least one of the 2 individuals of the fusion. If not, it will last 1 hour. Alright, now for some pros and cons coming from the canon. Fusion dance. A pro is that originally after 30 minutes would be up, the 2 parties would have to wait an hour to refuse. This weakness is gotten rid of in the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. A con is that Goten and Trunks admit that when in a powered up form like Super Saiyan 3, it shortens the fusion's time. This is also shown in Dragon Ball Super. A pro for Potara earrings is that older Kai says that fusion by Potara is more effective or better than the fusion dance. A neutral point is that Beerus mentions that the more compatible the 2 people are, the more powerful the fusion will be. This is probably why when Zamasu and Goku Black fused, their power extended to no end, because no one's more perfect to fuse with more than yourself. A negative is that we find out that if the earrings break, the fusion is undone. And also, the 1 hour time limit can be shortened if the fusion uses too much energy, just like the fusion dance is shown to. Now for points from Akira Toriyama and other officials. There is a recently translated piece from Shonen Jump that says that the fusion dance makes for a more balanced fusion and is able to draw out their max power. It also states that if it was a short match, then Gogeta should win, but if the match was longer than 30 minutes, then Vegito should win. This favors the idea of Gogeta being more powerful. In a promotion for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, Shonen Jump released an infographic stating that Gogeta and Vegito are 2 equally matched trump cards. This supports the idea that they are even. There is the Daisenchu 7th album, which is a book made to collect all in-world information about Dragon Ball Z. Akira Toriyama had input here, and it was completely based off the manga. It says this about Potara. Furthermore, after merging, the power is greater than with fusion. Now for non-canon information. A pro for fusion dance is that in Dragon Ball GT it's shown that if the fusion dance is done wrong, the 2 parties won't make a bad fusion, instead the fusion just won't work. A neutral point is that Dragon Ball GT gives another showing that a powerful transformation will shorten the time that the fusion has. A con is that in a movie it shows that taking too much damage can undo the fusion. Potara has a con that in Super Dragon Ball Heroes it shows another example of Vegito getting defused early because of a powerful transformation. So let us evaluate this information now. In total, there are 2 pieces of information that Vegito is more powerful, one that Gogeta and Vegito are equal, and one that suggests Gogeta is stronger. So if you look at it like that, overall Vegito is more powerful. If we eliminate what the officials have released, then Vegito has 1 point over Gogeta's nothing. If we ignore what the canon is, and only listen to officials, then it's even across the board, and nothing non-canon leads you to believe one is stronger than the other. And just in case, if we did a best 2 out of 3, in terms of the different ways you can take this, then it's 2 to the idea that Vegito is stronger, and 1 to the idea that they are even. This is something that I like to convince everyone on, so maybe you would argue that the most recent piece of information that I've shown is the most relevant and nothing else matters. Okay then, let me give you some background on the source of all this information. Fusion Reborn was a movie that started its development in late 1994 and was scheduled to be released by Toei Animation in theaters on March 4th, 1995. Akira Toriyama was aware of this, and is the main reason he decided that instead of Goku and Vegeta using the fusion dance to fuse, that he'd make them fuse by other means. So on January 13, 1995, he released chapter 502 of Dragon Ball Z. This is where Potara fusion is introduced. Akira, knowing that the movie was coming out, still decided to make it clear through the Supreme Kai that the Potara was better. So it came March, and Fusion Reborn was released, and everyone was to know that Vegito was stronger due to Akira establishing it 2 months prior in the manga. But then on June 26, 1995, Jump would release, on behalf of Toei Animation, the recently translated image that I showed before, suggesting if the fight was under 30 minutes, Gogeta would win. So right there, you can make a decision as to if what Jump released that day should even be considered. Because they are a magazine company that publishes Akira's work, but they are doing something that contradicts what Akira said for paid promotion by Toei Animation for a movie that Akira Toriyama had no involvement in and is not part of the canon. To further cement what Jump released that day is to be dismissed, is that on February 25th, 1996, Daisenshu 7 would come out and clearly say that Potara's fusion is more powerful. A reminder, Akira Toriyama was involved in this book. Now on evaluating this infographic once again, it is made by Jump for a Toei movie. True, Akira Toriyama was the writer, and this movie is canon, but the information given in the article was not made by Akira but by Jump to promote Toei's film. So, now you might ask, what does Akira's word even mean? Well, currently out of the 23 movies, there are only 3 Dragon Ball Z movies that are canon because Akira was involved in them and he wants them to be canon. There is a manga and an anime of Dragon Ball Super, both canon because they both must follow Akira Toriyama's plot points and he wants it to be canon. Krillin has been stated for over a decade to be the strongest human in all games and magazines, even though all the in-world events would lead you to believe that Tien was stronger, but Akira wanted Krillin to be stronger. There are a lot of anime episodes that are not canon because they are not based off Akira's work or have his approval. He's even made other characters not in the show, and he does not want them to be canon, so they are not canon. Not every franchise continuity is circled around what the creator says, but it's been very clear that in Dragon Ball, it is whatever Akira says. If the Daisenshu 7 got re-released today, would we have another situation like 1995 where we know Shonen Jump is full of it? Mind you, Daisenshu did get re-released in 2013, and still has the Potara part in it. Vegito is stronger because that's what Akira wanted. It has been stated in canon to be stronger as well. Do understand it is clear that they are rather similar in power, and if they fought they would be equally matched, because power is not everything. It has been confirmed that Vegito Blue is a match for Beerus, but Beerus is still a god who can just erase things and nullify all energy. Beerus is more powerful but evenly matched in a fight with Vegito. So Gogeta and Vegito are evenly matched, but Vegito is more powerful.
Okay, but now we know Gogeta wins because all he has to do is break Vegito's earrings.
No, because the fusions have the techniques of the individuals, and Goku can control Ultra Instinct in the manga, so Gogeta can't hit Vegito.
Okay, then Gogeta can go Ultra Instinct and hit you for sure then.
No, because he would only have the Ultra Instinct sign, which is the ultimate defense, not offense.
Oh yeah? Well...
Guys, look. I don't know who would win. It would be extremely arrogant of anyone to assume the winner between 2 people so similar in power. We still don't know a lot about these 2 as individuals to make that call.
No, Gogeta wins because he has Soul Punisher. He can throw that at you and he'll kill you instantly. And plus, you see the way he beat Janemba? It looks so cool. He can beat anyone with Soul Punisher.
Everything he does is beautiful.
And he's super
beautiful.
blue.
I
and
love
he can
him.
go Super
He's
Saiyan
the
4.
best.
No, please.
Anyways, in the end, you guys could disagree with me, but I do want to mention one thing quickly. I didn't take into account any specific feats that either have done, because for a feat to be valid, you'd have to compare 2 of them numerically. There's a YouTube video where they deem Gogeta breaking into another dimension as a valid indicator of his power. Using information like that would be like saying Super Boo is more powerful than Broly, because when Boo yelled, he made a hole into another dimension, but when Broly yelled, he didn't. There isn't any math or science behind that. Feats need to be backed with math and science to be comparable. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Please like and subscribe. And lastly, some advice. If someone ever asks you which is more powerful, Fusion Dance or Potara, you can always say not Fusion Dance, because if they are even, you won't be wrong. And if one is more powerful than the other, it is Potara. Anyways, later.